Alright, time for another video. I was pondering to myself how to make this Adrian Newey video for a while. Still not sure how to make it, but whatever, we're gonna freestyle. I thought for a second I would go through his career. I've done that in prior videos. I've done, a prior video. There were still timestamps back then. Well, I've done that in a prior video. It's not worth doing again. It's just not worth doing again. Instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you why Newey didn't win. Newey is perhaps the best F1 car designer on the grid right now. Probably. And he's probably been the best car designer on the grid for the past decade or what have you. But, well, he wasn't winning all the time. Why wasn't he winning all the time? Well, sometimes they were better man than him. Sometimes better man than him set up success that would keep on giving in their absence. Like a Braun, for instance, what he did with Mercedes, right? Let me not slander Paddy. Paddy Lowe is actually a good designer. I slander James Allison, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with James Allison. But, well, it was a period. You go back to when Newey was at Williams and McLaren and all of this. I mean, look, there were big players around. All right, there was Braun. There was Pat Simmons. I forget the man that was at Williams. Patrick Head, I believe. Might not be Patrick Head, but there were big fish in the pond. There were really big fish in the pond. And Newey got some chips around those fish, such as his championship at Williams, such as his championships at... Did he get a championship at McLaren? I might have to come correct on that. I believe he did, but I might be wrong on that. I believe Hackman's championships were in a Newey car. The Newey car that had a third pedal, no less. But, well, third pedal in the McLaren car. But, well, Newey was going up against Ross Brawn, Michael Schumacher, Jean Todt, Rory Byrne. There were some serious hitters around. He was not the best designer on the grid at that time. But, well, as things have moved forward, people have retired, called it quits on F1. As things stand right now, he's the best on the grid. In prior years, where he's not won, he's been outdone. Simple as, he's been outdone. Braun ended up being a real thorn in his side, funny enough, not only at Ferrari, but also then with Braun GP. And then he set up the Mercedes era of dominance with Sir Lewis Hamilton. Right, what did Braun do at Mercedes? This has been talked about plenty of times on the internet. But what did Braun do with Mercedes? He told Mercedes to develop their hybrid engine years ahead. They started development on their hybrid engine like 3 or 4 years before everyone else did. Alright, soon as F1 had decided they're going to do the V6 hybrid thing, Mercedes were developing. Mercedes did it so well that F1 brought in a rule that, okay, you can't be developing specs of your car so far ahead of time. You can't be doing that. And that's a fair rule. The rule didn't exist when Braun executed, though. Likewise, there were no limits on on track testing when Braun was mixing it with Ferrari. Mind you, Newey had the same option at McLaren, but, well, he had to come up against some politics at McLaren. It is what it is. It is what it is, mate. But you see, even that, coming up against some political pushback at McLaren regarding his car, there was, before the MP420, MP419 and 18 and all of that, Newey was pushed away from the main design team at McLaren. Right, he was pushed out. Someone else got their concept greenlit, and that concept didn't turn out to be as good as they thought. Right, and then all of a sudden Newey got to make his car the MP420, and anyone who watched the MP420 race, I mean, the car didn't win a championship, but you know it's a legendary car. You know it's a legendary car. That's a crazy ass car, right? The only car that I've seen handle akin to that MP420 is the RB9. This is the RB19 from 2022. That's really it, right? A car that can drive under grass and still have grip, essentially. That's it. But every other time Newey ain't won, he's simply been outdone. He has simply been outdone. I would even posit that this championship at Williams was engineered because I don't believe Villeneuve was supposed to win a championship. I don't believe Villeneuve is talented enough to win a championship. But anyway, he got one. So I shouldn't talk too much about that. I shouldn't talk too much about it. I suppose Schumacher disqualified himself anyway. But well, Newey got one, Villeneuve got one. I believe the championship was for Newey more than Villeneuve. But anyway. Right? Newey, he was still a growing fish at that time. Right? Growing fish in a pond of some very big fish. Now he's the biggest fish in the pond. But unfortunately, things happen around him that just diminish his legacy. So it is what it is. No doubt he's got some feelings about that, and he's made some decisions regarding that. I'm still waiting for confirmation on this guy heading to Ferrari. I should have taken the name of this journal that actually printed that story. But anyway. One journal prints a story, another journal prints a story. Ooh, Aston Martin are offering 30 million or whatever. Everyone's offering the big bucks. Everyone's offering the big bucks. And it's not going to be attached to the budget cap because you get a few highs that are not attached to the budget cap. Everyone's putting Newey on that. I'm sure someone's going to offer him 100 mil or something. We'll see what happens. Ferrari could offer him something. Ferrari, Mercedes, Aston Martin, Alpine if they get Renault involved. Suppose Audi when they come in. Like, these are all players that could offer Newey something that's worth more than 100 million. Alright, they could offer him something worth more than 100 million, even if they offer him a 30 mil contract or what have you. There's going to be some things in the background that get done, such as, oh, you get to design a car for us, you're going to reap, 20% of the profits from each sale or something. That would be huge money. You couldn't really count that money until it's already been counted. But anyway, I'm getting off topic here. Newey. Right? When Newey did not win, he was simply outdone. Right? It's no more or less complicated than that. He was simply outdone. And oftentimes by Ross Brawn. Oh my days. Oftentimes by Ross Brawn. That's just the way the cookie crumbled for him. But anyway, that should be the vid. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Peace.